Leadership. So there are 4 things here that we'll cover. What is a leadership system? Why is a leadership system important? What's an example of a world-class leadership system? And then workshop number 3. This is the formal definition of a leadership system. This is what comes out of the book, of the Baldrige and TQA criteria. Okay? It refers to how leadership is exercised formally and informally throughout the organization. Those are important words you might want to highlight. Formally and informally throughout the organization. In short, what the leadership system is not. It is not an organizational chart. Okay? A lot of people think the leadership system is the organizational chart. No, it is not. I've read enough applications, award applications. Show me your leadership system. No, an organizational chart. No. It is not a set of review committees. It is not something which should be used only by the top leaders. It is not conditional. It is not optional. Okay? Every organization should have a leadership system. And it is not the same as anyone else's leadership system. So you find a good leadership system diagram of one organization and then you copy it. Okay? No, it doesn't work that way. Unless if you have exactly the same context. Okay? Okay? And you need to develop your own leadership system, your organization. So these are key. So what a leadership system is, it is a consistent approach to leadership in your organization that applies to all leaders, all locations, all levels, all the time. Keyword, consistent. Okay? Consistent approach to leadership. And this is displayed in a number of ways. It could be that this organization practices a philosophy of, let's say, servant leadership, or a philosophy of transformational leadership. Okay? So all of these are examples of what a consistent approach to leadership is. A style of leadership that pervades throughout the organization. Okay? So, why is a leadership system important? It clearly sets expectations for the roles and responsibilities of the leaders as they lead. So it is like a job description for leaders at all levels of the organization. It helps the organization screen, interview, hire potential leaders, evaluate current leaders, promote current leaders, and develop current and future leaders. The ideal situation is when a new chief academic officer or a new president or a new dean is appointed by the organization, by the university or the faculty, there is a leadership system already in place that helps that organization, the university or the faculty, in choosing, in evaluating who the leader should be. Okay, so that's the ideal situation. Now, again, why is a leadership system important? It establishes a proven and continuously evolving approach to leadership. It helps an organization to deploy the wisdom and the approach of the current and past leaders, and it provides a role model for other process development activities in the organization. Okay, so give you an example of a leadership system. This is Boeing Airlift and Tanker Program, and it's one of the recipients of the Baldrige Award in 1998. Okay? So this is how they describe their leadership system. This is how the company described its style of leadership, that these are the common. This is like the job description of the leaders in the organization. The leaders set direction. Actually, the leaders understand what the expectations of the stakeholders are. That's the first job of leaders in the organization. And of course, in Boeing, Airlift, and Tanker, those stakeholders are the customers, the workforce, suppliers, the community, and the shareholders. The leaders are expected to set direction. Set direction meaning vision, values, policy, priorities. Okay? The leaders are expected to organize, plan, and align program functions, strategic planning, operational planning, goals and measures, team accountability, empower teams. Leaders are expected to create the environment for performing against the plan. So part of what senior leaders do is process management, plan implementation, performance review. Okay. Another part of senior leaders, what they do is to develop, to reward, and to recognize, okay, to motivate employees. Okay. The next job of senior leaders, of leaders in this organization is to continuously improve, to learn and improve, to identify lessons learned, to deploy them, to review the system, and make improvement plans. Okay. So that's the entire job description, so to speak, or the leadership system at Airlift and Tanker. So these are the common or the shared responsibilities, the shared roles of leaders at this particular organization, regardless of where they are, whether they're the chief executive or a department manager, okay, or a facilities person. Okay, so as long as they are in a leadership position, this is their common responsibility. Okay. Actually, this looks very generic. Like you can actually apply it in a wide range of organizations. In fact, if you want a simplified version of this, it will look like this. The job of leadership is to determine who do I do stuff for? Stakeholders. What do they want? Okay. Stakeholder preferences, needs, and expectations. Determining what we will do. Being role models. Giving everybody their part, every member of the organization. Empowering teams. Doing it. The Nike slogan, just do it. Analyzing performance. Thanking the people who made it happen. Motivating employees. Getting better next time. Continuously improving. That's a very simple presentation of a leadership system based on the Boeing example that I gave. Okay? So, our job here is to, our task now is to look at the category of leadership as it is applied to your particular organization. Okay. Questions before we go any further? There is a saying, the first responsibility of any leader is to define reality. And where is the defining of reality here? Identifying your stakeholders, identifying what they want, identifying your performance, okay? And the last responsibility of a leader is to say thank you. Okay? To define reality, the last responsibility of the leader is to say thank you. Thank you here, okay? And in between, the leader is a servant to the mission of the organization. The leader is also a debtor, someone who is indebted to his colleagues or her colleagues, because a leader cannot do things by himself or herself. You've got to rely on the resources, the capabilities of the people around you. Okay? And one of the best leaders who I have studied, in my life at least, when I was a student, was President Ronald Reagan during the 1980s. Ronald Reagan, what does he know about being a president? Movie actor. You can act your way through office, right? Movie actor. Okay. But he had a great management style because he knew what he is capable of doing, and he also knew what he is not capable of doing. And those that he is not capable of doing, he surrounded himself with people who were much smarter than he was, okay, and let them do their job. Okay? So that's a role model of the kind of leaders that we want. I know that Baldrich's TQA is not supposed to be prescriptive, but that's really the direction that we're looking at what effective leadership means. Okay. Okay. Any questions before we... Yes?
What about social responsibility? They don't need to know the expectation of social, or they have to integrate with the kind of...
Well, the society is part of this, part of those stakeholders of the organization. So, and they have to be integrated in all of these. I know that it's called a simple leadership system. Whenever we say simple, there's always the danger of oversimplifying things. But if you take a look at category 1, it's about senior leadership as well as governance and societal responsibilities. Okay? Shall we move on? Ready to workshop? Okay, workshop 3. Yes, oh.
I have a question.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying, but can you elaborate more on the difference between leadership style or management style and in the system? Let's say you have a, how do you know whether this organization has a system or not? Let's say if you change management or something, is it that will affect the way how the organization is lead?
Your question has many facets. As I'm trying to unbundle the question, big bundle. Leadership system is this. Is the leadership system. Okay. A leadership system is a system is a set of processes, right? Set of activities bound together, okay, by a common purpose, okay. Set of elements bound together by a common purpose, all working towards a common purpose. So when you talk about a leadership system, this is an example of a leadership system. These are the activities that comprise the leadership system, okay. And the common purpose of this organization, of this leadership system, is to lead the organization to achieve its objectives. Okay? There is a television series when I was growing up as a little boy, okay? Star Trek. Okay? And the motto is to go to new frontiers, to go where no man has gone before. Okay? In a way, that's a job of a leader too, okay? To lead the organization. Some people say it's to lead the organization to a place where they would otherwise not go. Okay, so I don't think that's a good definition. It's actually to lead the organization to a place that they would really want to go, but they think they couldn't get there. Okay, so that they think they're challenged, they could not get there, but they really want to go there. Okay. So, because if they all don't want to go to that place, I don't think that's that's good leadership. Okay, because a leader, you listen to your colleagues, you listen to the members of your organization, and you all go to a place where you want to go. Okay, okay. So, leadership style is how you do each one of these, how you do these things. For example, in terms of what we will do, the leader might say, forget about what you think, this is what we will do. Okay? In other words, autocratic. Okay? Or a leader might say, before you answer what we will do, I will consult with each one of you. Okay? We'll strategize together, and then I'll make the decision. Okay? That's another style. So the style of leadership is, in a sense, the kind of behavior, the specific way by which you do these things. How do you give everybody their part? Okay? You see, the end goal is the same. Everyone will have a part. Okay? But how you gave everyone their part, okay, that's a style issue. Did I ask you? Did I ask you what your preferences are? What are your strengths? Or did I just direct you to do this? Okay? So that's a style issue. So the system is the bigger concept. The style would be the specific behavior that you have in performing your task. Okay, are we together? Now, so you have a change in leadership. New president, new provost, new dean. The system is still there. Okay? These things still exist. But how these are done, that will change depending on who is actually doing those. Okay? Yes, follow up. No.
Okay, so in other words, it seems like to me like this leadership system of the picture that you provided, it's so pretty much is everybody has the same system because everybody is doing this. So what's the difference between leadership system of company A and then the company B? Okay.
Well,
exactly style.
Okay, that's oversimplifying it though, because some organizations, although these are what the leadership system might be, there might be some leaders who don't thank the people who made it happen. Okay, and you probably had bosses like that. Okay, some people, some organizations, okay, will do this, but not do assessments and continuous improvement. This is what a leadership system should have. Okay? Now, organizations would vary in terms of, number one, the comprehensiveness of the system. Comprehensiveness means, do they do all of these? Number two, the style by which they execute each one of these. If they do them, the style through which they execute. Three, how formalized is the process? Okay? Like, did they put this in writing, or is their leadership system something that exists here? Okay? But every member of the organization, every leader can recite it, and they could recite it the same way. Okay? It's like memorizing a song. You know, the song is the leadership system. If I ask each one of you, you sing the same song, same tune, okay? But it's not on paper. Okay? But you don't have it documented. So that's the formalization aspect. Okay? So there are several ways by which your leadership system varies, but the basic structure, according to Baldrige, according to TQA, is like this. This is the basic structure. But organizations will differ in terms of their comprehensiveness, in terms of their formalization, in terms of the behavioral style when they execute these functions. Okay? So you have a lot of opportunities for variations there. Okay. Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, we go to our last exercise of the day. Keep it up, folks. So there are energy levels there. There's more coffee outside if you need more coffee there. Okay, you apply the criteria for leadership, and this is the last exercise for the day. I am not certain that we will have time for reflection today because it's already 4:30. And we will end at 5:30. So do the workshop and see what it is that you can finish by 5:30. We will continue on, if possible, tomorrow. Tomorrow we will begin at not 9 o'clock, 8:30. 8:30. 8:30 tomorrow because we will have to catch up. Okay? Or else you will all go home on Friday, okay? So, or Thursday night, okay? So tomorrow we will begin at 8:30. So you begin the workshop from now, we end at 5:30, and then we continue at about 8:30 tomorrow. We will do a reporting at 9 o'clock, okay?